Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. As always, a microphone check, 1 2 1 2. How can you hear me? Okay, so it seems that you can hear me now. That's good. That's good. Welcome to the stream again. We'll wait a couple of more minutes for everyone to join in. Let me ping everyone in the Discord. Do we have anyone from there? Just give me a second. Community events. We're live. Is the music not too loud? Thank you, Jimmy, for recognizing you. You seem to be the only person in the world that likes my beard. It's my first beard in my life. My wife is not very happy. I'm trying a new stream software. So we just, yeah, so that's why we have a music, we have some logos around, we have a stand with Ukraine flag. So just give me a second. I'm doing some last minute adjustments. Next time we'll be streaming to YouTube as well, because this new software I'm using, it allows streaming everywhere, literally. But yeah, I mean, today YouTube put a cooldown period. And by the way, just let me know if this, how do you like this time? Because today we tried to make it a little bit earlier than always, just because, you know, we can accommodate people in Asia as well. Because some people told us that it's a little bit late when we're doing it like 6 p.m. UTC, sorry. 8 a.m. Yeah, so 8 a.m. That's why we did. Yeah, I mean, so probably later could be a little bit better, but still. Okay, yeah, so we didn't have a lot of updates for the past couple of weeks because, you know, most of the team first were focused on working with the fixes and feedback from the beta launch. And then we had holidays, so obviously, you know, part of the team was kind of recuperating. Yeah, we see a lot of people coming from Americas, I believe. So it's good that we can accommodate you, and I hope it's not too early for you. And hopefully, we'll have some people from Thailand as well, from Philippines. I know that we have people from Australia. 11 p.m. Perfect. So we have people from all around the world, which is amazing. So we will be having Yaroslav joining us in a minute, and we will be discussing a lot of questions. So again, like, by the way, how is the music? Because I can hear it playing my headphones. Is it okay? I'll make it a little. Yeah, so we will be talking, like, I will be letting Yaroslav in a minute. We'll be talking a lot about the game and what's going on, and we'll be happy to take your questions as well. So I'm adding Yaroslav. Yeah, hey there. How's it going?
Hey, Eugene. Hey, everyone. Going good, going great.
I have a matching cap to your hoodie.
Yeah, no, because that's my cap. That's my cup. That's why. Yeah, finally happy to have all the holidays backwards because really a lot of things are on the table to do, and as a workaholic, as all of us workaholics, I'm happy we can finally go back to work actually. Yep, hi to everyone, whatever part of the world you're coming from. What we're going to be talking today is mostly about the upcoming plans on DeepMine, the challenges that we have, the challenges that we most probably will have in the future, what we have found out from the beta tests, our thoughts and things that need to be changed, and actually we want to know your opinion about that, because we are not touching any very tender parts of the game and very vulnerable parts of the game without previously asking for your opinion. So to sum up what has happened at the end of the last year, we finally launched, which is a great achievement. This is something that we have been aspiring for during the whole year. As you may have noticed, I'm much more active in Discord this last month, and I will be for the nearest future at least. So as for the news with the team and with the project moving forward, the team is there. That's good news. We have optimized team first last summer when Yarhab took over DeepMine, and we still amidst of this process because, as everyone knows, the whole world is either have deep or still digging deep into global recession, and a lot of layoffs are happening. A lot of companies do face issues with new investment rounds, with expanding their teams or keeping their teams as they are. But I'm happy to say that we are safe at the moment, and we have like all the necessary resources to continue developing the game. And this is what we're going to do. Given the more global vision and expansion vision, it is quite obvious that Wax ecosystem right now is not the greatest place to be. It still is not a bad blockchain if we forget about all those failed to fetch errors that driving all of us crazy. Overall, it's quite a good blockchain, and they have recently published the roadmap for 2023, where they do promise to improve a lot of things on the tech side. We hope that will happen, but we are looking very closely, and we are actually talking to many other blockchains because well, we do aspire to stay on Wax blockchain on the tech side, especially with the side chain opportunities Wax is going to introduce next year. So it will be actually the stability of the system will mostly depend on the tech side of the project, not on the Wax blockchain as it is. But our closest intention in terms of adding more blockchains to what we support is actually supporting the NFTs from other blockchains, which will be kind of a converted to Wax assets inside DeepMine. We have recently, as you may have noticed in the news, we have recently won the Octopus Accelerator grant, and currently we're finalizing the solution that's gonna be built with on Octopus network on top of DeepMine. Most probably, it will be something connected to loyalty and reward, like experience and reward system of DeepMine, connected to some DeFi stuff. I will not give any more details right now because it's still in the works, still in development. But I would say you can expect another DeepMine token, but not the in-game one, but something on the extra layer to just let other networks join DeepMine and interact with DeepMine assets outside Wax network. And now to more, I would say, to the ground questions, which are, have been the topics of hot discussions in Discord lately. I know a lot of people have been, frustrated with the errors, with some bugs, with some things not working properly. The team is currently addressing the most critical issues, going back to the failed to fetch error, which is completely on the Wax node side. It's being solved right now, right away. Today we have launched the node on the test copy on the mainnet, and now the testers are working on it. If the tests go fine and the team don't find any critical issues, most probably we will launch our own node on Thursday morning. If everything breaks, we will be able to fix it and roll it back to the previous version. So our old good friend failed to fetch is back, but at least it will be working. But if everything works fine, which is plan A actually, then we've got our own node, and hopefully this failed to fetch is gone forever. So this is like for the most critical bug. And now, yeah, Eugene, let's add some interaction through questioning. So it's yeah.
Yeah, I think the node is something a lot of players are waiting, because I know that people who are using Anchor, they have this problem. Actually, even for me, I'm using Anchor mostly, and I actually haven't had fail to fetch problem in 2 weeks. Like since the release of that, I haven't encountered even once. But yeah, it's great news for everyone. And we are all waiting for the node to be up. And I think I will be asking you some of the questions that are seem to like the most pressing for the game, for the balance, and then we can discuss them in detail. Maybe take some questions from the chat. So I think first I will be asking you about the balance. In case of three roles we're having: landlord, mine owner, and contractor. I think we've seen it from the beta testing. There is a little bit of an imbalance between the amount of areas and mines available. Can you explain in detail what the team, how the team wants to address this issue?
Yeah. So this problem has actually got a few different layers. So the one like I would say the crucial reason for the imbalance that we have right now is that the second drop, which was mine oriented, was far not that successful compared to the first one. And therefore, as the game economy was designed, like we've got 500 mines areas, sorry, in the game. Of course, not all will be active. Like, okay, we were expecting like around 300 to 350, and then we have 10x the same amount of mines, so it's like, okay, around 3,000, something like that. So there is balance there. Obviously, this is not the case right now. This is not how the situation is designed right now. So we obviously, there is no way for us right now to dramatically increase the number of active mines. So this will be possible when the game attracts more players, but for the game to attract more players, we need to have the stable version, so bugs still come first. And still, if we have this imbalance of too many areas actually compared to mines, it will make the attraction of new players more difficult. So currently, we're thinking on a few steps which should be taken to address this problem. The first step is to decrease. This may sound somehow ridiculous, but to decrease the number of active areas in the game. We do know the exact number. We do know that some areas will be joining the game soon, so they're waiting for the situation to improve. They're waiting for us to fight the bugs and to introduce the level up stuff. So decreasing the active number of areas will create the better balance between the number of areas and mines. How do we decrease them? Of course, we can't just say to someone, please don't play with your area, so you don't create orders for mines and things like that. One of the solutions we're thinking of, and we would really love to hear what you think about it, is exchanging the lower rarity areas to the higher rarity areas from the government. So as you know, the government still holds half of the areas, a bit less than a half, because a few were raffled out and given to our players, but most of the remaining half is still in the government treasury. And what we're thinking about is actually giving the opportunity of those who own multiple areas of the lower rarity to exchange them for the higher rarity areas. So let's say, I'm not giving any exact numbers right now. This is still to be calculated and thought of, but as something as a ballpark idea is that you can exchange 20 common areas to one legendary, or 12 or 10 common areas to one epic, something like that. So what this will do, it will actually address the problem of like 10 common areas might struggle to find the mines to fill their spots and to develop actively, but one epic area will most probably be the easier way to have that area filled with mines. So this will not be a something that obligatory. So it will be like an option. So if you want, you go this way. If you don't want, you don't go this way. The only thing is that it won't be a one-time off, so you won't be able to change them back in the future. So it will only work this way. So and if this exchange is done, so these lower rarity areas go to the government treasury, and they will be introduced to the game when they are needed there, no earlier than that. The second step is effectively decreasing the number of mine spots available for each area. So currently we have 10 spots for each type of area, and like I do know, because I have the insider information, I do know that there are a few areas that have managed to attract like a reasonable amount of mine, but this is like not even a minority. You can count them with like 2 fingers. So one solution is decreasing the number of mine spots to say 5. So 5 is these 2 steps combined, both decreasing the number of active areas and decreasing the number of mine spots available on before the geologists open new ones, will most probably significantly improve the balance. And the main aim here is to create the kind of a competitive environment for mines, so that the best areas, both in terms of their rarity and in terms of the amount of DME mined, they will like enjoy the better competition from the mines. And another thing here, addressing the problem of areas. I do know that there are 3 areas right now that experience the lower amount of DME compared to other areas with the same equipment and same mines and whatever. This is because we have injected the certain amount of DME at the very beginning to each area, and the more active areas actually ate that DME fast, and the DME that's being replenished based on their activity right now is not enough to let them mine the same amount during the day. This week we will be implementing this solution, so those who have dry areas can feel better, because we will replenish the DME on their areas to some certain amount, and we will also increase the percentage of the DME being replenished to the more active areas with each injection. So the more active areas will be getting more DME during each injection. And so yeah, these are the steps that we're going to take to improve the balance, and also to defend the landlords, because it appears right now that they're like the least defended part of the group of the players. We will be introducing the minimum contract fee of 10% to each type of contract, so that the situation where the mine owner acts as a contractor on their own mine and put a very low fee so that they don't pay anything to the landlord it will be mitigated to some way. We will further mitigate that problem by introducing I think that's the next question, could be the next question. So yeah, would be great to hear your opinion. I think we will continue the discussion on Discord, so thanks.
Yeah, and I can see from the chat, that this is the question that I think a lot of players are worried about. What do you think? Are we going to put it to vote, or how is it going to happen? So we have like two options at this point. Are there going to be calculations, or do you think that will be put to vote?
Well, I'm not sure. Well, first of all, these are not the options, but these are more like the two necessary steps, not to choose one of them, but do both. This way, I think the effect should be viable, because anyway, the first option is, it's still voluntary. It's either you do it or not. We're not going to be taking areas from people that don't want to give them, and give them area of other rarity. So this is more like a voluntary step. So it's like the government offers you this option. If you want, you take it. You don't want, you don't take it. But decreasing the number of mine spots, yeah, it's a touchy question, and I guess we will be running some kind of a vote between the landlords, among the landlords, because that's what affects the landlords. And I think they should decide based on the number. I think it will be based on the landlord roles on Discord or something like that. So we're gonna work it out. But yeah, most probably we will run some kind of a poll, because I don't feel really comfortable decreasing the mine spots like twice or something like that without asking people if they are good with that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think we can see even a feedback from the landlords. That now they struggle to fill their mines. So it probably will be even gameplay wise, it will be much more interesting. When you have the competition, not just bragging about to find someone to install their mine. So it will be more fun for everyone. I think at this point, and once you've touched you've touched the point of protecting, or how do you say, like, working with landlords. I think we've got this question, and maybe we can elaborate a little bit about the rarities, because I think at the sub level zero, level zero, the difference between the rarities is so small that a lot of people, they have this question, like, how is it better to have a better rarity of the area? Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we've messed up a bit on explaining what level zero effectively is. So I would say we are all right now in a sandbox. So level zero is a sandbox. So most of the questions and the frustrations connected to level zero are about, well, moving through sub levels very fast. Yeah, if you are already familiar with the game and you understand that there are sub levels, there are things that changes and blah 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 blah, then of course you would like be thinking of these sub levels being spread more gradually through the level or something like that. But let's imagine we have the newbies, right? And as a newbie, well, we all play games, right? When you start playing the game, the hook that takes you into the game process is that you progress really fast at the beginning. That's the point. If you don't progress, if you install a game and you start playing a game and you play it for 1 day or 2 days and nothing is happening, nothing is changing, then you start thinking about, okay, what I'm doing, what I'm actually playing here. That is why level zero will always be, like tweaked a little bit compared to other levels in terms of balance and what the amount you mine and the time it takes and all the things like that, because this level is intended to familiarize people with what they're doing with real assets. Because yeah, we have the onboarding game in development that will be not using blockchain at all, and we'll have a lot of like hints and information and things like that, so people can grasp what's actually happening there. But when they transfer to the real game and start using their assets, we still need to hook players to give them this grasp of progress of using different tools, different equipment and things like that. So going back to areas, whatever you can see right now on the outcome is, like, it's not It's not about how it's going to happen in the later levels. The whole game design and balance is actually designed that the higher the level, the bigger is the difference between, the more noticeable is the difference between different rarities, both equipment and areas. So I can like give you a few spoilers or something like that. This topic has been discussed in the Discord, that's why I'm touching it. So at some point, at level 1, 2, 3, no matter how, you may notice that legendary equipment doesn't provide even close to the same ROI as common or rare, for example. And you start thinking about, okay, why should I use my legendary equipment and mine on sub-levels 5 if I can just stay on sub-level 3 or something like that? But the point is that, for example, on level 5 and 6 and 7, the legendary equipment is the most efficient one and gives you the best ROI and is the best way to actually get more DME and something. But the thing is that if you haven't mined with legendary equipment on levels 3, 2, and whatever, you don't have this equipment upgraded so it can be effectively used in level 5. And the most effective equipment in terms of rarity will be different from each level. So one level, it could be the rare, the next level, it could be epic, then it could be common, whatever. But the thing is that in order to mine efficiently all the time, you need to upgrade all types of rarities. And that's how you are motivated to upgrade all of them and to use all sub-levels. Because if you skip any sub-level because like it's not good in terms of getting more DME, you most probably will not be able to use it on the higher levels. Areas are still, I can repeat it all the time. Areas are the best assets of the game. Area is, like it's super lazy gaming. So you just put it, you find mines when we fix the balance problem, right? And that's it. You don't need to spend any DME to upgrade areas. People keep forgetting that because we're still on level 0. But the thing is that both mines and equipment, they require paying most of the DME mine back to repair and to upgrade, to repair and to upgrade, to improve. Areas don't require any of them. You have an area, it can mine on all 9 levels simultaneously. So this is the thing that should be taken into account when deciding what role is like the most efficient one or something like that.
Great. And let's do a quick fire round. I've assembled questions from the chat. Let's do a quick fire. So I will be asking a question, and I will ask you to be concise, like short. So
Sure.
let's talk about the changelog. If we're gonna be posting all the updates that are done to the game. I mean, like I think we have something like that in the work, but it haven't been done properly yet.
Yeah, I think you've actually created the game news room in Discord. So this channel is where all the change logs going to be published. So whenever we publish the new version of the game, so updates will be made like bi-weekly, most likely at the end of each sprint. So the bi-weekly updates, when they influence anything, there are bugs and things, it will be put into the game news, into the change log. So you will be able to understand what have changed. And of course, we will be telling about some crucial changes to game balance and things like that.
Okay, next question. What is the timeline for engineer role? When the players are gonna be able to play it?
The engineer role is ready. It has been tested. We have all the NFTs and things like that. But the engineer is obviously only needed to move through levels, both for the equipment and mines. Right now, first, there are no equipment and mines to be leveled up. Second, until we catch up all the critical stuff and bugs and whatever, we will not allow anyone to upgrade. So the engineer will be introduced in due time when we feel comfortable to like open up this Pandora box of leveling up, because that's where all the questions about balance will really become very important. Because on level 0, you can do whatever you do, because like the DME being mined is still like a fraction of what will be mined on the later levels. So it's more like still it's a sandbox. I would love everyone to treat level 0 as a sandbox.
Okay, next question. Actually, there was a second part of that question. What is the timeline for completion of the game? Do you want to have a take on that?
There is no such term as completion of the game. So if we're lucky enough, this game will never be complete. That's my answer. So we will evolve together with it, because what we've got in our heads and what we've got already in the tech documents and plans and visions and white paper, it can take like a few men lives time. So it will never be completed, but I do understand the question. So I would say the battle version of the game, something that will be like ready to rock and to be introduced, I'd say it take 2 more quarters.
Okay, next question. Will the players be allowed to use more than one mine or one equipment set in the future?
So there are 2 steps in this direction. First, the closest one, like the nearest one, is renting out. So you'll be able to rent out, and yes, it will not be like using. You actually can use it right now yourself. So yeah, people say I hate multi-accounts, things like that, but that's how it works. So the game is designed this way that for the game, there is no actual difference whether it's one real person playing this account or this same person playing 10 accounts, because all these 10 accounts cater to the whole economy. It's all interconnected. Here is the spoiler about petabots. So petabots and other NPCs that we're going to be introduced later in the game will be actually allowing like the so-called distant management. So you will be able to install another mine with your main account, put a petabot there, or put like kind of a manager NPC there, and it will be like managing the whole process, like of claiming, doing things like that. You will still be the one responsible for all the contract stuff, but it will be managing the tightest things, maybe less efficiently than a human being, because this is still not there. But we will be gradually introducing little gameplay elements that will influence the efficiency of what you do in the game. For example, like if you have a mine, if you are logging in every 8 or 12 or whatever, depending on the level and the modules and whatever period of time, and do some tweaks based on some real-time data that we're going to be parsing from the internet, and the AI will be generating events out of that, and you will be required to go and influence this process some way. So do some tweaks, some pressure, oxygen pressure, the heat level, the cooling level, things like that. I'm emphasizing right now, but to give a ballpark, this will influence the quality of mines done for the next 12 hours in this mine. For example, as a miner, you will be solving the same task before starting each mine to understand about this. So yeah.
Okay, moving to the next question. Let's be faster. By the way, I just want to remind everyone that after the chat with Yaroslav, we're gonna be raffling the lottery. So we have all the list of all the lottery tickets, and there will be area at stake. So make sure to bear with us after this interview. So we have a couple of more quick questions, and we'll move on to the fundamentals. So I think it's more of a suggestion rather than a question, but does the team has in mind land staking before the balance between lands and mines is fixed?
No.
Okay, that was fast.
Okay, I'll explain fast. So staking can be done either for DME or DMP. Staking for DME is impossible because DME is being mined. So there is no other way to get DME than either to mine it or go purchase from someone who has already mined it. That's one. DMP staking is over forever. No DMP staking. Oh, there will be DMP staking, rewards for staking DMP. So whoever has DMP will be able to stake DMP to get more DMP, but that's like coming a bit later when we introduce the ways to spend DMP in the game, which is actually a huge sync mechanism being in works, because like you also need to balance things right there.
Okay, we have another question. Should DME be stockpiled at this point, or it doesn't make sense since it's nerfed?
I'm not giving any advice on that. Well, actually, because I partially do know the answer right now, but things can change, and maybe we decide that okay, we do the denomination of DME, and everyone starts getting less DME on level 1 than on level 0, and then we nerf it more on level 0. So at this point, staking DME would be wise. Otherwise, it won't be, but it's still, like in the decision loop. So I wouldn't recommend anything.
Okay, the next question, I think it's a good one. Will there be implemented some kind of a auto mine feature, even at the lower rate, so people can mine even when they're, or should they sleep in the game as they do in the real life?
Okay, so first thing here, important thing, petabots, right? Some kinds of petabots would actually do the mining stuff for you, but they will do it less efficiently than you will. That's one thing. Second important thing to understand is that as we progress through levels, the mining time will increase. So even at level like 4 or 5, every mine will take hours. I mean, like multiple hours, like 5 and 6 and whatever. So at the latest level, every mining event, even with all the consumables and petabots and all this stuff. So as we move through the levels, the questions will be different. They will be like, how do we make the mining time shorter? How do we decrease the mining time? So as you progress, you will be able to log into the game like much less often.
Okay, so the last question before we move on to fundamentals, I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to answer it shortly. Could you talk more about the consumables? So should we leave it?
Yeah, I can answer it.
Maybe we should leave it for the DeepMine day 8.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, that works. Yeah, because they're probably not going to be introduced before the DeepMine day 8, so we can.
No, yeah, but just a short spoiler. This is something that's gonna influence your next mine. That's it. Your next mining event. And this is something you could be able to purchase for DMP. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to the bigger question, if I can say that. So you've mentioned it, I think passingly, about the minimum commission of 10% for all the contracts right now. Can you explain a little bit more why this decision is being made?
Yeah. So right now, the thing is that we can, from what is happening right now, we can see that there is some kind of I would say market conditions that we need to influence because we do have this, like imbalance and other stuff. And as I've mentioned already, there is a possibility right now that if you're a mine owner and contractor on your own mine, you can sign even like 99% commission with the landlord, and have like 1% commission with yourself, or using it from other account, right? And 1%, and that is why the landlord will actually not getting anything. Of course, this could be mitigated, like adding kind of fees and adding like kicking off like mines that perform bad and things like that. But we feel that at this point of the economy development, it would be really nice to like to influence this process a bit. So by introducing this 10% minimum commission with all contracts, we'll somehow put extra defense on the landlords. And as we move on, as we see like everything is going better, we can like change it. I think the next event that's gonna change this and make sure actually cancel this temporary commission is when we introduce the alternative for the contract fees. It will be the fixed fee for a term of the contract. So, for example, I will be like the as a mine owner, when I'll be looking for the areas to mine at, I can see, okay, this is a legendary area, and they want me to pay them 100 DME for 21 days of the contract. So I'm just, I'm paying 100 DME, and I'm there. And the landlord, in this case, the landlord doesn't even care whether I mine, whether my mine is active or not. The same with the contractor. If the contractor pays 10 DME for the whole contract, as a mine owner, I don't care about their activity. They pay 10 DME and that's it. So I think, this will be like the thing of the event where we'll be able to cancel this minimum commission. We will look at that. So we're closely looking into that every day. You can rest assured about that.
Yeah, and actually we have a question in the chat, and I can answer it. There is a question from a person who has an area but can't find a mine owner. We actually discussed it 20 minutes ago. There are a couple of actions that will be done to mitigate this problem. So just make sure to follow the announcements. The team is aware of it, and we're taking steps to make it easier for a landlord to find mine owners. Okay, let's get to the next question. I think it's a big one. Can you tell viewers about the decision of the team about the upgrade of the equipment and what will be done in the nearest future?
Well, regrettably, I've lost connection, or your connection is not great, so I didn't hear the question, unfortunately.
Yeah, can you tell a little bit about the team's decision about equipment upgrade for the nearest future?
Okay. Yeah. So the decision is that it's gonna be disabled in a week or something. We will post an announcement. Rarity upgrade on Atomic Hub will be disabled for some time. It will be back in some form. There are actually two options that are on the table right now. We're looking closely into them and evaluating them on their possible impact on the economy. So the idea is that we should make the current NFTs more valuable. I mean, those that were acquired during the first drop, we should make them more valuable. How we can do that is actually fixing the amount of this equipment of each rarity, or making it much more difficult to get new ones. So the thing is that one option is that we only allow upgrading at the current terms again, but we will require paying DME or DMP instead, or additionally, on top of that. So you will be burning your current cards and paying DME or DMP on top of that. The other option is that we keep it tokenless. So you will only need cards as you do right now and no token requirements, but there will be a chance of losing a card introduced. So most probably it's will be around 20%. So if you upgrade a card, 3 cards of one rarity to another rarity, there will be 20% chance that you lose one of the cards you're trying to upgrade. And we're still thinking about both the percentage, and maybe we can change the amount of cards of each rarity to get to the next level. So it's still in the works, but the only thing that I want to say for sure is that the current upgrade system is going to be stopped very soon. But we will actually put that into announcement at least a week before, I guess.
Yeah, and I think it's quite a big one. So we're gonna make sure that we announce it in the due time. And while we're at the topic of the rarities, do you wanna talk about the idea about making the rarity types a little bit bigger?
Yeah. So what we've got in mind. Actually, this idea was born this weekend during the brainstorm around the economy of the equipment and things like that. So the idea is that we create a sixth rarity of the equipment. Let's call it the obsidian. That's the working name, but still the obsidian rarity. To get the equipment of the obsidian rarity, you will need to burn the same cards of all the rarities, but in the progression. So you will need to burn 81 commons, like 27 rares and things like that. Instead, and all the rares like legendary rares, epics, etc. So in exchange, you will get the obsidian type of equipment, and that will be the one that you will be able to use on all sublevels of the mine. The point is, this is something that will allow more lazy gameplay, like less time spent on repairs and, like interchanging this equipment and things like that. But the thing is that it will be less effective, still less effective than using all five types of rarities. So it's more like an option of choice. Whether you want to have all different sets of rarities, changing them, repairing them, refurbishing them, paying a lot of attention to that. And given that later on we will introduce all kinds of events that will actually break all your equipment suddenly or something like that. It's all, of course, like along with the balance. Uh, it will be like a bit more comfortable and like cozy, I would say, to own that obsidian equipment. And efficiently, it will decrease the number of equipment on the market available on the market. So if you now have like a stock of like hundreds, or some people have thousands, some people have dozens of thousands of equipments. I know there are some people holding thousands of thousands of equipment. You will be like able to more efficiently manage your equipment stock this way. And this will free you from like paying too much attention to sub levels changes and things like that. It will be a bit more less efficient, but yeah, it will be less fuzzy. And if we introduce this obsidian, we will not be selling it, that's for sure. It will not be like a drop or something. So it will be more like like a one-time offer to upgrade the current equipment to this obsidian rarity that will be like spread through this. Yeah.
Okay, so we're actually getting to our last question.
Yeah, sorry, Eugene. And I would really again love to hear the opinion of the audience on this question.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So
it would be really great. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. So before we get to the last question, if you have an opinion of what you've heard, or you've got any more questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. So while we're discussing the last question, I will be able to have a run through that. I think the only question that we haven't answered was your location, but I think now we can be banned after the Elon Musk introduced the new, like, the doxing, anti-doxing measures. And I think actually we're streaming this to Twitter as well. But if you want, you can answer that. But I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
I'm in Spain, in Barcelona.
okay. So yeah, so if you have any more questions, just feel free to drop them, and we have a couple of more minutes when we will be able to discuss them. Obviously, feel free to drop into the Discord and discuss it there. Okay, so I think the last question we're going to be discussing is the results of a poll we had when we asked the community to vote for the next feature they want to see in the game. And I think NFT rental was the feature that got the most votes. So do you want to discuss, the timeline for this feature, or how hard it is to implement it comparing to all the other features that we featured for the vote? Features with we featured, yeah, yeah. So you want to take it further?
All right. So rental is not an easy task, I would say. So it requires um, a lot of a lot of different things to consider, both on the safety side and on the economic side. Again, so questions like who should repair the equipment, and what if you give the equipment for rental and the person uses that equipment, and when the time comes back to give it back, the equipment is broken and the person just refuses to do something about that. So all these things are like pretty challenging, and we're looking into different ways to address them. But yeah, as the community voted, I guess we will be focusing, like, aside from addressing the bugs and addressing all the UI improvement. I can again say that the closest update, huge update, is the revamped service market. I would say honestly that the current version is fucked up. It's based on the very, very old concept that was developed back in January or February, and somehow it was put to life in this way. It is being revamped right now quite seriously, both on the logic side and on the UI side, and I hope it will be much more understandable and clear and usable after it's being updated. Uh, Equipment rental and mines rental will be not in the service market and not in within the game, but in the shelter, but in the shelter 2.0. So again, I can tell about the nearest plan. So we're gonna be introducing the shelter 2.0 version. The shelter will appear on the shelter city map. So there will be a new building there, a shelter. So within the shelter, there will be the first function that will be there will be the equipment rental. The store and the auction stuff from the old shelter will still redirect you to the old shelter until we revamp it as well. So rentals are expected. I would say honestly, healthy prognosis is up to 1.5 months. This is where it will be the version that we will be ready to introduce. Because the most important task right now is revamping the service market, because this is something that really blocks a lot of people. And it's now really a frustration train to try to find the orders on the market because they're somehow are not under my contracts tab and things like that. We do understand all these problems, and they're being worked out right now, and we will be moving. The important thing is that DeepMine is mostly an on-chain game. Like 95% of the functionality is on-chain, but we are now moving some non-essential stuff which does not actually affect the economy to backend. For example, the service market contracts, the rental contracts, that will be worked through the backend, because it will allow smoother experience. As you may have noticed, service market is already a place, an instance that has the least amount of fail to fetch errors. That's because we already started introducing backend there. So everything that's not connected to the amount of DME you mine, of the transaction, things like that, could be moved to backend. That's what we'll be focusing on. So rental, expect them like around 3 to 5 sprints, which is like 1.5 to 2 months. That's the healthy prognosis of the fully functional rental being active. And one last important thing, making rental system available in DeepMine will actually open up the opportunity for us to introduce new blockchains to DeepMine. The thing, how it works is like pretty simple. If you have an NFT, a DeepMine NFT on Ethereum blockchain, let's say, or Polygon, you connect to DeepMine Shelter with Polygon wallet, and you connect with your Wax wallet, and then you can send your Polygon wallet to a staking contract, and it will appear in your Wax, not in your Wax wallet, but on your DeepMine account game as an asset you can play with. So I hope this answers the rental stuff part.
Sorry, I was muted. I think we have a question about the minimum percentage. Actually, we already discussed it. So we will have a 10% minimum commission on all the contracts temporarily, before there will be an ability to, instead of a percentage, put a fixed fee DME commission in the contracts. I hope, yeah, we will be. We also will be doing a recap of the AMA. We have brilliant writers from the Eleazar Weekly that will be taking all the notes and putting everything in the recap. Actually, we have a question in Spanish.
I think there was a mistake for me to take. I'm in Spain right now. People feel free to ask questions in Spanish. I can read it, but I'm still not able to answer it because I don't understand it to the
yeah. So I mean, if I've translated it correctly, I think it says that you can make the rented equipment unbreakable, but every time the person who rents it mines, there is a repair commission charged. So instead of
that's a perfect representation of one of the options. Yeah. So we do look into a thing that from what is being generated by the rented equipment, a part is being reserved as kind of a repair deposit or something like that, so they can only withdraw what remains from that part, and when they return the equipment in the same state as it was rented out, then they get what remains from the deposit back. Yeah, that's one of the ideas. But again, there are a lot of solutions to different problems, but the hard thing about this is to understand all of these problems, to understand how they will work on technically, like on blockchain and backend and things like that, and then to implement them. So yeah, sometimes it's a bit more difficult.
Okay, I think that's it. We've had quite a lengthy talk. So if there will be any more questions in the chat, I think I'll try to take them. We're still past an hour, so we'll be getting to the lottery raffle, and then if we still have someone watching us, maybe we'll play some Smash cards. So Yaroslav, thank you for dropping by. We'll listen to the community, and if they like the format, maybe we'll be having you more often.
Yeah, we love that. Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks. I want to thank everyone who's here and who is not here but gonna read the recap. I personally care about each and every single problem you post in the chat, and my team will not let that go, because I can write them at 1 a.m., 5 a.m., 2 p.m., whatever, asking
he does
what the hell is going on, why this bug is still not resolved. So I'm personally very thankful to everyone, to each of you personally, for staying with DeepMine, for having mercy for us for all these bugs and things like that, because I know this could be frustrating, but that's the journey that we're taking, and I'm really thankful that you got so dedicated core community with us. Thanks a lot. Have a nice rest of the day, whatever you are. See you soon. Meet you on Eleazar, as we say. Bye.
Yeah. So thanks again for everyone for joining in. We are going to raffle some prizes. I just remind you that we have an area at stake. So after an area, am I in the No Shave January campaign? I don't know. I mean, I haven't shaved in January yet. So, but I mean, it depends. I get real peer pressure from the people that say that I'm adding a year every week I don't shave. So I look 40 now. So let's see if let's see if I can maintain my strength and not bend to the society and wife and friends. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I don't have any conferences to attend. Yeah, I remember about the draw. Actually, I will be doing it today. Maybe I'll do it right now. I don't know. Let's see. Let's do with the raffle. And sorry again about the Wax World Cup. It just takes a little bit more time because we had a lot of people joining in, and I always try to go and sort out the bots, because we sometimes have like 50 accounts having the same email, just a dot in a different place. And I mean, like, even though I like the randomness of the raffles, but at the same time, giving the prizes, to people who don't care about the game, who are not a part of the community, and just try to, yeah, they basically try to scam the system. I don't like that, so I always try to go through the list before, just to see that we have like real people playing in. So let's get to the tickets. Actually, I think the chances are pretty good, because we have a little bit more than 100 tickets in, and we have, how many prizes do we have? Actually, we have 8, 9, 10. We have 11 prizes, so it's like 1 in 10 chance, which is pretty good. Uh, yeah, thank you for all the support with the beard. I'll pass it to my wife. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I probably I will have to shave it, because I attend a lot of because I have a lot of conferences to attend. Some dinners and boring stuff like that. But yeah, I just let myself to to run free for a little bit. Yes. So let me turn this. By the way, like, how do you enjoy? I mean, like, I really love this new software. It's just so easy to use, because I'm not a professional streamer, and I don't have people pressing the buttons for me. So it's really nice that I can do all this stuff with changing cameras, putting little captions here and there. It just makes it just a little bit more fun, and a little bit more interactive. I can actually, let me try and do it like this. Yeah, so I think new comments, and but why not showing like old comments there? Yeah, so you see, we can even do it like that, which looks really cool, right? Let me turn off this caption about the raffle coming. Uh, Everything froze when I made a chat overlay. Just give me a second. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know why, but I think I just praised this software just a little bit more than I should have done, because as soon as I turned it on, it just started killing the stream. Yeah, so let's go for the raffle. So let me share my screen. So I've prepared this wheel. Let me turn, I think, for now, so we have a bigger. So we have what I actually have. I have a list of all the tickets that participated in the raffle. Let's shuffle them good and nice, many times. So we'll start with the hey Pills. Thank you for the kind words. So let's start. Oh, let me add the caption. I mean, like, a lottery raffle. Yay. I like the orange thing. Okay, so let's start with the starter packs. We have 5 for grabs. And I will be shuffling the wheel every time after the. Yay! So this is a lucky winner. I guess you don't know if you are one of those, but yeah, I will be just putting them all in the list, and then I will be running around and seeing who who is the owner of this ticket. Just give me a second. Yep. So we have our first winner. Congrats on that. You will be getting a starter pack. Let's do. So we're gonna remove this ticket. So we have 116 tickets left. I'll give it 3 shuffles. Let's go for another one. Yeah, without the wallets, people are not gonna know that they won anything before they actually go and see the. Okay, it's like super completely random. Let's remove it, shuffle it. I praise this new streaming software. It just starts. Oh, it's here again. Good. Okay, so we have one more starter pack to go. Just give me a second. I'm putting a. Actually hopeful that this stream it should be recorded. I know that a lot of people have asked for the stream to be recorded. I hope it does because it says that it is. But I mean, like as always, I'm just learning the streaming stuff, so there might be some problems. By the way, if you know that if you've seen the number and you know that this is the number you're having, feel free to drop it in the chat. So we have the starter packs raffle already. Yeah. Okay. What is the bathwater? Hey Jim, nice to see you. So we're raffling. So these were the starter packs. Now we are moving to the community packs, right? We have 3 of those up for grabs. And I'm sorry, what I'm doing behind the scenes is I'm just putting everything in the table so it doesn't get lost. Okay, so we're removing this ticket. We are giving it a shuffle. Wow, I mean, like it just kind of hypnotizes me to look at this wheel. So we have a winner. Yeah, I mean, like without the names without the names and the wallets, it's just so impersonal. But I mean, like it was much harder to grab all the wallets rather than. And I mean, like if we will show the wallet, like how do we know which ticket won? So this is the only way to know it. So this is community pack. And the third and last community pack, just give it a shuffle. Yep, here we have it. Okay, so we already ruffled 8 prizes. What are we gonna have next? We're gonna have a mining module for the raffle. By the way, so we still have 3 prizes, and if you still got some questions or suggestions, you wanna say something about the game, you wanna say something about what you've seen, like how do you enjoy our DeepMine days, maybe you have suggestions how to make them more fun or more interesting, maybe we should make them shorter. I think I never streamed for almost 1.5 hours before, so it's getting longer and longer. So now we are raffling the mining module. We're getting to the big prizes. I'll give it a shuffle. Yeah, but this wheel is really trippy. Yay, so we have a winner for the mining module. Now we're getting to the mine. We have mine and area at stake. So let's get to the mine. We'll remove the ticket. We'll give it a good shuffle. Congrats to whoever has the ticket number, whatever this number is. You won yourself a mine, which is a good thing. And now we're heading to the biggest prize of them all, the area. So, there's going to be a late New Year present for someone. So good luck to everyone. I mean, like it's 1 in 100 chance, not that bad. Okay, so we have the winner, and let me just check. Do we know who is the winner? So I'm gonna run. Okay, so I can close this. Yep. Just give me a second. I just want to just go and see whether it's possible to quickly see who is the. Okay, so I have the wallet. Check. Oh, so it's Jordi. It's one of our founders who has been with us since October 25. So it's someone who has been with the project since the very beginning. It's always nice to see people. So let me see who won the mining module in the mine. Now that I see that I can make it really fast, I'll probably be able to see. Okay, so yeah, so we have another as for the mining module, we have another founder, Andron4451, who has been with us since October last year, have been with us for quite some time as well. And let's see who won the mine. Oh, so this is our golden VIP, Punja. He's also the founder. He has been with us since October 23 of the previous year, not previous, of 2021, and he is a landlord. So yeah, a good addition to his collection. Are you guys not super tired? Do you want to do a run of Smash cards, or is it enough? What do you think? Is there anyone? Because I don't see Kryson in here. He kind of stopped, attending after we've had a person crashing everyone. If we have at least 3 persons saying that they're gonna play the Smash cards, I'm gonna run them. If not, I will be ending this stream in a couple of more minutes. Is there anyone still alive? Because I don't see anyone in the chat. It's so much better when you have music in your ears. Because when I was streaming and in a complete quietness, it was a little bit, it is a little bit hard talking to a webcam without any audio. Okay, so as I see, everyone everyone is a little bit tired. Uh, so thank you again for joining in. We're gonna be doing a big recap tomorrow because we've discussed so many things with Yaroslav. And again, thank you so much for staying with us. I think Yaroslav said that we can be thankful enough for all your feedback because this is our community is the core for the game to succeed, and this is like the product, like the game itself is made for the community, is made for the players. So your feedback is what feeds uh, to the project and what will make it even better. I mean, like, I understand that we have so many problems, with the fail to fetch problem, and I think we address it again. We're really trying to push that wax node as fast as possible. And as Yaroslav mentioned, it's already online. We just haven't connected it to the game yet because we need to run some tests. So yeah, thank you again for joining in. We'll be doing this streams. I think we will make them, like bi-weekly or something. And actually, I can tell you that for the next DeepMine Day, we're gonna have Petabots as a guest project, because if you're following the Petabots, they had their community launched, and it grew really fast since like for the past month. And they have a lot of really cool stuff in store. So next time we're gonna have them on the stream. We're gonna discuss their project. We're gonna raffle some cool things. So thanks again to everyone for joining in. Have a great the rest of your day. Take care. Bye bye.